without you, my whole world's shadows. Even in the silence, my heart is still yours. Oh, 'cause in my dreams we have each other. We're in another world, not too far. Maybe we will be, our love will be redeemed. And when I fall asleep, I know that, oh, maybe we could start again. 'Cause in my dreams we have each other. In another world, not too far. And if we make it to the other side, we can start again.
Why you always gotta be so stubborn? Stopping in the headlights like you're joking. Wanting to be right, but you got problems. Yeah, we all got problems. I'm not here to solve them. Tell me why you gotta be so stubborn. Using up my time with all that moping. Thought I gave a fuck, gotta be joking. Looking for some wings, you better keep on hoping.
It's like your puppets on a string, one jerk to send you dancing while I'm standing over here saying, I won't dance 'cause you told me to. Never find me jumping through hoops. See the cracks, fix with super glue. It's alright 'cause I'm not broken. I won't dance 'cause you told me to. Never find me jumping through hoops. See the cracks, fix with super glue. It's alright 'cause I'm not broken. Why you always looking for a way out? Scared of every mirror in your glass house. Looking for the light like you were promised. I'm not here to solve this, I'm just being honest. Why you always looking for a way out? You can eat your words out in the playground. I'll be out of sight, nothing to say now. Look where you are, I bet you're real proud.
It's like your puppets on a string, one jerk to send you dancing while I'm standing over here saying, I won't dance 'cause you told me to. Never find me jumping through hoops. See the cracks, fix with super glue. It's alright 'cause I'm not broken. I won't dance 'cause you told me to. Never find me jumping through hoops. See the cracks, fix with super glue. It's alright 'cause I'm not broken. Your puppets on a string, one jerk to send you dancing while I'm standing over here saying,
It's like your puppets on a string, one jerk to send you dancing while I'm standing over here saying, I won't dance 'cause you told me to. Never find me jumping through hoops. See the cracks, fix with super glue. It's alright 'cause I'm not broken. I won't dance 'cause you told me to. Never find me jumping through hoops. See the cracks, fix with super glue. It's alright 'cause I'm not broken. Don't sleep, you're in my dreams. Wake me up with my favorite things. You know what I mean. Follow me now, please. I wanna be enough, I wanna be afraid. Want you to be the drug inside of my head. Maybe if we turn the lights down, touch me, bodies moving uncontrolled. fast 'cause I had everything. I walked away, but you warned me then. But easy come and easy go, and it would end. An empty shell, but I used to be. A shadow of my life was hanging over me. A broken man that I don't know won't even stand the devil's chance to win my soul. I need you to understand. Tried so hard to be a man, the kind of man you want in the end. Only then can I begin to love again. Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, darling. Riding high when I was king, I played it hard and fast 'cause I had everything. I walked away, but you warned me then. But easy come and easy go, and it would end. Running, running, save your love, I'm on the other side. Not gonna fall for us, not gonna be your prize. There's nothing wrong with you, I'm just a girl who's tired. I've cried enough, gave it up, and now I'm running till I'm safe from all this. Oh, my heart knows that our love won't break my fall. I'm running real shit, eats me till I'm nothing. And my heart knows that our love won't make me whole. I'm running, don't get up, I won't be here too long. You've said your piece, now I'ma head on home. I'm playing tough, but barely hanging on. An empty cup, giving up, so I'm running till I'm safe from all this. Oh, my heart knows that our love won't break my fall. I'm running real shit, eats me till I'm nothing. And my heart knows that our love won't make me whole. I'm running, 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 I'm running, 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 running till I'm safe from all this. Oh, my heart knows that our love won't break my fall. I'm running real shit, eats me till I'm nothing. And my heart knows that our love won't make me whole. I'm running, 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 I'm running real shit, eats me till I'm nothing. And my heart knows that our love won't make me whole. I'm running. Shut down, locked away the tears. I made friends with all my fears. Slow down, more than I appear. Too long, too long. You played along, showed me to love. I followed you out of the dark. Had nothing to believe in, and now I know there's something Shadows followed me around, sat and watched me as I drowned. Let go, waiting to be found. Don't go now. You played along, showed me the love. I followed you out of the dark. Had nothing to believe in, but now I know there's something more. Something nothing to believe in, have nothing to believe in, have nothing to believe in, but now I know there's something more. Show me love, I followed you out of the dark. Had nothing to believe in, and now I know there's something more. There's something more. Now I know there's something more. Now I know there's something more. Now I know there's something. Dark shades, dark eyes. You're the heart of darkness in disguise. On the midnight drive, you're the moonlight keeping me alive. When the lights go out, we break free, and there is nothing in this world we can't be. When the lights go out inside of me, and there is nothing in this world to keep you from me. When the lights, nothing in this, nothing in this. Keep you from me. Lights go out, we break free, and there is nothing in this world we can't be. When the lights go out inside of me, and there is nothing in this world to keep you from me. Caught me by surprise. She's the one who makes me feel sublime. On my midnight drive, nothing in this world can keep you from me.
Alrighty then. How is everybody going? I think there's about 36 of you currently watching, which is good. 36 will do. Everyone can watch this after the fact anyway, so that's not a problem. Now, if you didn't catch my stream the other day, I did the first survey for Victoria University's lovely MAPS study, and it looks like it's someone that wants to do a thesis on stigma towards people who are attracted to minors. And they want to do a thesis going over that because it's their belief that the stigma directed at those individuals is unfair. That the point of this study is to show that educating people will enable them to be less opposed to these individuals. Like, who the hell is this person? Check their hard drive. They actually genuinely want us to try and view people who are attracted to children in a better light, with a little bit less yuck, a little bit less anger even. Now, I myself said, I don't get angry at people very easily. It's not in my nature to just hate someone or be angry at someone for their views. But the idea that they think that I can do a survey, then do 3 of their modules, and then suddenly have a softer view on people that think this way, well, they've got another thing coming. And I think many people that have seen what's been stated up to this point in terms of the correspondence around what this study is, I think they're all kind of a similar train of thought, as in, yeah, you wish, buddy. So here's the first module. There's 3 modules over the next 8 days or something, and then they give you another survey to try and assess whether or not you have changed your views in any way. So I actually have no idea quite what I'm going to find in here, only that the intention is to try and change my position. That's the intention, and they're going to fail miserably. Wonder why Otago Uni hired the no academic history PDF child adopting parent is a child murderer ex-fiance minister Grant Robertson. Hey, you could be right there. I have no idea, but you could be right. So anyways, the first page. Perceptions towards people with a attraction to children study module 1. Before we begin, these modules are going to discuss sexual attraction to children in order to provide an unbiased educational description of this attraction and the people who experience it. Keyword there, unbiased educational description. Okay, I'll be very critical of that throughout. When discussing such an attraction, the conversation almost always includes some discussion of abuse. Some people with this attraction will abuse a child, but not all will. However, bringing attention to this fact does not mean that this attraction should be normalized or that it doesn't cause harm, nor that abuse isn't a serious and damaging experience. Well, how kind of them to suggest that we shouldn't normalize the attraction, despite the fact the whole premise is to normalize it to some degree so that there's less stigma. Otherwise, you wouldn't care. The researchers reject any attempt to normalize. The researchers reject any attempt to normalize attraction to children and any abusive behaviors that have resulted from this attraction, and intend only to educate our community about the attraction. Again, I find that extremely hard to believe. I find it extremely hard to believe that a study with the whole premise of trying to soften people's stance so that they don't have the same level of stigma doesn't want to try and normalize it in some way. That just doesn't work together. They contradict one another. In this module, we discuss what an attraction is. Shadowban says, I'm 100% sure, look into the Robertson lineage, it ain't good. Well, yes, we do know Robertson likes a good little bit of theft. We know theft's involved there. So, we can't put it past them to have other proclivities in there. For these modules, we're defining attraction to children as an emotional, physical, psychological, and/or attraction to someone between the ages of 3 to 14. This includes attractions to both prepubescent children 3 to 10 and pubescent children 11 to 14. Now, again, if you're wondering why I'm a bit weird about saying some of the things, is because, well, it's for the sake of 1, not getting shadow banned, 2, demonetization, 3, I just don't like saying it because it's disgusting, quite frankly. It's not a sentence I want to sit here and repeat 100 times, but whatever, I'll do my best. People with this attraction can be exclusively attracted to children, meaning that they only have an attraction to children, or non-exclusively attracted, meaning that they also have an attraction to people their own age. Wow. How nice is that? People with a sexual attraction to children often experience this in the same way that others experience their sexual orientation. Oh, so we're just making it the same as orientation. Often experience this the same way that others experience their sexual orientation. Pattern of who people are sexually attracted to. So, it's no different than being gay. That's the intention of this little segment. It's no different to being gay. Onset of attraction happens at a young age, typically as a teenager or young adult. Yes, because you're the same age as them, so of course you're attracted to them, you silly sausage. Both sexual and romantic feelings are reported. Okay. Attraction is stable over time. Oh, so it doesn't, like, you don't go 6 months without feeling it. You're just consistently feeling it. So that's what makes it the same. This also means that having a attraction is not something that is chosen or controlled, and it's often unwanted too. Now, I'm sure it's often unwanted, but to suggest that it's an attraction that is not chosen or controlled is the key one there, not controlled, is a little bit disingenuous. It's trying to suggest people like this, they're just born that way. We have to live with it. It's just normal. Let's not look at them any different. Let's not treat them any differently. We'll just happy go about it. Let's consider it. Let's consider it discrimination to prevent them from working at kindergartens. That's the sort of rhetoric. That's the sort of intended purpose of this study, of this module here, to try and tell you that they're just like gay people. Just like gay people. Just like people who do naughty things with dogs. I mean, that one's already weird, but they're just normal. Just like the 20-year-old who likes the 80-year-old. It's just completely normal. Whatever. People often believe that having an attraction to children means that someone will eventually abuse a child, or that they already have. Although having this attraction may increase someone's risk of abusing a child, the belief is inaccurate. Is it just? Is it inaccurate? Well, yes, I suppose not everyone that thinks about, I don't know, throwing someone over the fence actually throws them over the fence. Doesn't mean they don't want to. Having an attraction to children doesn't mean anything other than just that they have an attraction. Oh, obviously. It's like being attracted to a bloke when you are a bloke doesn't mean anything more than you're attracted to blokes. However, being attracted to blokes isn't an issue because it's not a crime. At least not in 2024 it isn't. So, Shadowband says, funny how Massey University shuns John Money's knowledge, but Victoria, aka Wellington, promotes it. The psychopathic head of our country. Yeah. Let me quickly. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous that there is such a push by academia to do studies like this, to try and have a conversation that is, whilst claiming not trying to normalize it, trying to normalize it. Everyone watching this can see that they're trying to normalize it, trying to make it no different than being a homosexual. Everyone can see that. They're trying to gaslight you. They're trying to tell you that you are, I don't know, prejudiced if you think otherwise. That you are you are unfairly judging these people. You are, there is just a lot of stigma placed on these individuals. That's just not fair. That's what they're trying to do. It's complete nonsense. Attraction is not action. See, these are the sort of activist catchphrases of people that are saying attraction is not action, or, abortion is healthcare. That sort of, it's the same old ideological bullshit catchphrases. It all comes from a place of trying to normalize, trying to say, hey, look, don't sit here and judge me. It's okay because we've got a cool catchphrase. That's what it is. It's nothing more than that. The fact that you have to go to the length of putting in a catchphrase like this shows you are trying to normalize it. Shows that, really, you don't have really any basis to defend your position. You're just trying to say, as long as it's not action, it's okay. Oh, okay. Okay. As someone who dealt with intrusive thoughts for several years, to the point where I eventually acted on them, not of this nature, of course, but who dealt with intrusive thoughts for several years, you always look for ways of trying to alleviate those intrusive thoughts, trying to at least get them to go away or feed them in some way without actually fully acting on them. Attraction is not action, always leads to action. You don't spend 20, 30, 40 years being attracted to women and not attempt to act on it. Okay? Because eventually you think with the other head. Eventually. Or eventually you let the other thing do the talking, do the thinking, do the acting. Humans only have so much self-control. And those who are weaker are more inclined to fail miserably and just give in. Some may last months, some may last years, some may last days. Some may not think at all and just go and do whatever the hell comes to their head. Shadowman says, international is the same as Labour. Oh, international, good one. Is the same as Labour, but at a slower rate. They get funded by the same people. NZF and ACT refuse that money. Yeah. Those the government goes under. Yeah, I think I had my blinkers on about National for a while because I held out kind of a little bit of hope, but as time's gone on and on, I see National as certainly. See, my issue with the whole globalist thing is, whilst I appreciate the globalist threat, whilst I believe in the globalist threat, I don't actually believe every single person who is a puppet of the globalists knows they're a puppet of the globalists. Like, genuinely, I don't think they all know what they are actually contributing towards. I don't think they're actually aware of just how much they are aiding a globalist empire instead of their own nations. I don't think they know, because it's them becoming ideologically captured, or them trying to do too much politicking that they're unfamiliar with what the actual going-ons are. So I try and, because I'm someone who's unwilling to just look at the worst in people and think that absolutely everyone in a position of power is deliberately doing everything they're doing for the sole purpose of advantaging themselves or pushing the globalist cause. Rather, I think there are just so many people in those positions that have got there because they're easily molded to do the bidding of those who have the brains, even if these people that have been molded don't even realize it. So I think for the likes of Luxon, that's probably a bit more like it. He's just a corporate monkey. That's all he is. And he just does whatever he's told. He has some goals that he set, and he just has to meet those goals. Let's be real. What Luxon's doing, he's not doing because he wants to do it. He's doing it because that's what the National Party is telling him to do. And not even the based ones in the National Party, the ones who are actually managing to pull all the strings. Because all the people that in the National Party that actually have a backbone are slowly being funneled out. I mean, let's look at Simon O'Connor, for example. So, yeah, I think with the liberalisation of National over the last few decades, at least socially, becoming more socially liberal over time, that is where you've seen more and more of the globalist threat kind of seeping into them. Just ignore you. You're interacting for the argument. Hey, it's fine. I got plenty more to talk about, and I got to go on that little tangent. Your grandfather warned you of the white doves. Luxon would be one. Can't say I specifically know what a white dove is in this context, but I think I get your meaning. So fair enough. But back to this. Attraction is not action. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo, honestly. Stop trying to normalize it. Oh my goodness, you're joking. Wow. They're actually trying to educate you on the differences, because the differences are important. We can't be calling someone a pedophile when they're actually a hebephile. The fact that they're taking the time to make these distinctions shows they're trying to normalize it, shows they're trying to reduce the stigma, which again is the whole point of doing the study, to try and see if they can reduce the stigma through education. This is, I would say, that. This is that. I mean, yeah. There's obviously a different for a reason. I think there is a couple other ones, but goodness knows what they are. What does it mean to have an exclusive attraction? See, they're trying to see that I'm actually learning. See, I'm learning that they're trying to normalize all this shit. That's what I'm learning. It means only having, not having any attraction to adults. That's what that means. Which of the following are characteristics of having a sexual attraction? Okay. Which of the following are characteristic of having a sexual attraction to children? Discovering one has an attraction. Well, I mean, if you have it at any age, it's attraction. They're technically all right, whatever. Thank you for taking part in Module 1. Your quiz score is available on the following page. Let's see how I went. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, so characteristics. So it's typical that it's only those two, but technically anyone that fits those would have it. It's just not as common. Whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, that's depressing that I got that one right. But it's whatever. Like, it's just a process of elimination, really. But war doves, not white doves. Damn autocorrect. Yeah. But yes, this is what bloody they're trying to push. They are trying to normalize this shit. They are trying to normalize this shit, and it's extremely concerning. So if anyone's got any questions or thoughts, please leave them. I'll read them out, have a discussion about this, about anything else. Up to you. I'll quickly switch over to Wix because it's nicer to look at. But yes, what we got? What have we got? Okay. But I'm not quite sure when I'm going to get the next module, but it could be in the next day or two. I'll quickly check my emails. We will see pretty quickly. I haven't got anything yet from emails, but whatever. In the meantime, I think I'll quietly put on some tunes. And I'll look for something else to chat about. So just give me a second, people.
You set fire to your lungs, calling my name, my love. You brought guns to my door, trying to save me, my love. I don't need you or your army, taking control, trying to save me. Closing my eyes and I'm fading, I'm fading. I don't want you to wake me.
Yeah, well, I don't know too much about Masonic stuff, although I did meet a Freemason once. He obviously was very, very hush-hush. It's amazing how much they actually try to keep things hush-hush. But with that being said, I find it difficult to buy into the "we're not a democracy" stuff. In terms of, like, our democracy is definitely undermined with, from the simple fact that people are so easily controlled. There's so much propaganda, and so forth. But I still do, believe that when it comes to the voting day, we are actually having our votes counted. And I don't for a second think that that's not actually happening. So I think there is a lot of things that undermine our democracy, but I think to suggest that we don't actually have a democracy, I struggle to get behind that. Do I think there's a threat to our democracy and a threat that we lose it, and that there are so many laws that we're, technically beholden to, or that our government pretends we're beholden to, that aren't actually passed in New Zealand, but rather they're globalist commitments? Yes, 100%. So in that respect, there is, a loss of democracy there. But generally speaking, I still believe that we are the ones with the primary power as of right now to dictate who is in our parliament. So you have a tough time getting me to believe anything else other than what I've just outlined. Although things change with time quite a lot, and I've changed my mind about a lot in the last year on its own. So, but yeah, there were Masons in our founding. Interesting. Doesn't change too much for me, but yeah.
I've been hiding, yeah, I got no defenses from the violence. I hear you in my head.
I'll try and fade the music in and out from now instead of just on and off.
I'll be taken
But yeah.
till I'm dead. I've fallen. I don't need you to save me, but I've lost control. Call me crazy, but I can't let go. Oh, loving you is dangerous. Lead with fire and blood, and it's eating me up. Oh, loving you is dangerous. I bleed when I cut, and loving you is dangerous. I've been dreaming, been playing make-believe. Really, I'm bleeding a new reality. The rain is falling, no one's gonna come for me. I've fallen, I don't need you to save me, but I've lost control.
What I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to leave this up on the screen, and I'll quickly go find something to look at. Shadowban says it's not so much for as much of conspiratorial means, but our genuine history. We are a Masonic nation, and since we lost our connection to the lodges, we have fallen. Yeah, again, I just don't know too much about the Masonic stuff, so.
Can't get enough, and you is dangerous. Are you afraid of me? Do I haunt your dreams? Do you wish I wasn't around? You showed me a new law, picture perfect cycle. I don't wanna be the one to run. So tell me, am I going crazy? I can't breathe, I'm falling. I'm starting to scare me. Oh, so find me deep beneath the blue sea. I can't breathe, I'm drowning. Now I'm saying thanks for the anxiety.
Okay, so I know exactly. This is right up my alley. new Māori Queen Ngā Waihono i te pō. I just think the entire kingitanga is a mockery. It's a mockery of our own actual monarchy. We're a constitutional monarchy, and it's not a constitutional monarchy with the Māori kingitanga movement, which is just a rebel movement from the 1800s, which wanted to overthrow the sovereignty of the crown. The fact that they're even allowed to exist is shocking to me. When really all they are is they're a direct threat to our constitution. They're a direct threat to our constitutional makeup. Everything that this country was built on. They don't agree with it. That was their whole premise. They don't want crown sovereignty here. So, yeah, and some people still view these people as their king or queen instead of the actual monarch. Now, if you don't like either, great. If you don't like having a queen or a king at all, that's fine. That's a different story. But these people view this as their monarch instead of the actual monarch, which is technically treasonous. But we don't have treason laws anymore because those were conveniently repealed. If this was what was happening hundreds of years ago, they would all have their heads gone. That shows the sign of the times. So, the fact that this has been allowed to go on for generations and generations and generations, that we make a big hurrah about it just because a guy that drove trucks and barely speaks the language died, which is tragic. People dying is always tragic, but he lived a long life generally. Now we have this big new Māori Queen Ngā Waihono i te pō, and it's like she's even the youngest child, which is again a complete mockery of the systems of monarchy we've always had. Māori never had kings and queens before we came along, or before the crown came along, before British came along. So let's have a look at what it has to say. Okay, quickly shadow banned. The first women as the head. Yes, it is the first. The Treaty of Waitangi should be destroyed since the Māori King movement. The works of my North Island Māori missus. Yeah, look, the actual existence of this movement is pretty much in complete contradiction. I mean, it was created in literal opposition to aspects of the treaty itself. So why on earth would we want them to be having such a prominent position in our political discourse? They literally don't care about our constitutional arrangements. They don't care about our nation. They care about asserting their own little pocket over here where they have all the power. They're an extension of the separatist, really, Te Pāti Māori is an extension of them being the separatist movement in this country. So, the new Māori Queen is Ngā Waihono i te pō, the youngest of Tūheitia's 3 children. The 27-year-old University of Waikato graduate has been long groomed to take over from her father. The fact that she's only 27. Goodness me. She looks about 35, not going to lie. If that's her, that is. But yeah, the youngest child of Kingi Tūheitia has been appointed the new leader of the Kingitanga, taking over a legacy of her loved father and her much-loved grandmother, Te Arikinui Dame Te Atairangi Kahu. I probably butchered that. The 6th and 7th Māori monarchs. Okay, so they did have a female before her, but she's definitely the youngest. Barely got, probably funded by Soros. You never really know who they're funded by. As the only daughter and the youngest child of Kingi Tūheitia, Potato Te Werowero, 7th, she carries her birthright in the Kingitanga and becomes the 8th monarch, continuing the direct line to the first Māori king. The 27-year-old University of Waikato graduate has been long groomed to take over from her father and could have a long reign. Well, she's only 27, but of course the oppression of this country, because it doesn't like Māori, apparently this country, means that, well, probably won't be that long, because apparently it's Pākehā's fault that they have a worse lifespan. But no, genuinely, she'll have a very long one. She'll probably go another 50 years. Māori leaders and politicians agree this appointment is significant for the Kingitanga, and her influence across Aotearoa New Zealand immense for many years to come. Honestly, it's in everyone's best interest if we just let them do their role play over here and pretend they don't exist, because they are literally of zero relevance. Well, they shouldn't be of any relevance. The only reason that they somehow do is because we give it to them. Because for some reason the government likes to pretend that they actually have some value, that they're not just an inherent threat to our democracy, an inherent threat to our constitutional arrangements. A complete farce. How could you be the Māori Party while supporting immigration, lowering the percent per capita of Māori in our country? Well, that's a good point. Although I think their stance on immigration is a little bit up in the air by comparison to others. But yeah. This is more than a generational shift, NZ First MP Shane Jones said. She will be the face of renewal. Given the extent of Māori youth, I suspect she will personify their aspirations. Yeah, I think she is the best person to appoint if the intention is to, well, help radicalise the next generation of Māori coming through schools and so forth. She was anointed by Archbishop Don Tamihere. It's always someone with the name Tamihere that's involved with this crap. Well, Pākehā has a few, quite a disputed meaning. The name, I'm just at a point now where it's whatever. Today marks the 7th and final day of formal tangihanga proceedings for the King at Tūranga Waiwai Marae in Ngaruahia, as he will be taken to his maunga taupiri to be laid to rest among his ancestors, including his mother this afternoon. Ngā Waihonu i te pō, who holds a master's degree in tikanga Māori, was in her second and third years at the University of Waikato when she got a job teaching kapahaka. In an interview with the university, she said she lives and breathes kapahaka. Good for her. I'm trying to think, did I ever participate in kapahaka? Not specifically, although I did do a drama performance that was Māori inspired, that involved me getting, some temporary tā moko and so forth. And that was cool, but yeah. I've occasionally watched it. It's not really my jam, but sometimes I can get into it, especially when there's a mean haka in the back. Given her love for kapahaka, it is likely a new monarch will continue her father's role as patron for Te Matatini. In the interview, she said there was hardly a day in her life when kapahaka was not present. I walk around my house and I see a taiaha. I get into my car and my boy is on the seat. I've done a little bit of taiaha in my time, not too much, but yeah. I go home to my parents' house and my little nephew is there and he's trying to do the haka. So it was just everywhere. I've been brought up in it. I am in it. I am it. A lot of people are kapahaka. It's the embodiment of Māoritanga. Of Māoritanga. What do you think Luxon meant? If Trump wins, we will be the next Ukraine? I didn't even know he said that, and that makes absolutely no sense at all. So the idea that he did say that is crazy. Crazy. How would we be the next Ukraine if Trump won? That's like someone's desperate to scaremonger for no reason. See, this is the issue with the National Party. They're just the Democrats. They're honestly just the Democrats, slightly less socially progressive and radical, but they're just the Democrats. And to be fair, right now, you look at the Democrats and you look at their policy, their social policy, even their economic policy, and you think, okay, these guys are definitely far, far left of the Nats now, but it's not like the Nats just resemble them a few decades ago, really. And that should concern you, because I think people who support Trump likely didn't support the Democrats 30, 40 years ago, did they? I was practicing all my pukana in front of the mirror in the hallway. Oh, she said her earliest memory of kapahaka was when she was around 3 and her parents were performing at Matatini 2000. I was practicing all my pukana in front of the mirror in the hallway of our old house at Wahipa when my mother walked past behind me and just cracked up, she told the university. She said, it's probably going to be you one day. The new queen has been positioned next to her father's casket during the tangihanga proceedings, along with her mother, Te Mako Ariki Atawhai, as thousands of mourners come through the marae grounds to pay their respects to Tuheitia. Resounding haka and waiata have been performed to the whānau, while speakers have included some of the country's most revered rangatira leaders of the Pacific, including King Pomare of Tahiti, and politicians including Prime Minister Christopher Luxon, who attended earlier before flying out for overseas commitments. Interesting. So, yeah. I think this whole thing is a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face to every New Zealander. Every New Zealander who actually believes in our constitutional arrangements, who believes that we're an equal nation. These people have such arrogance that they believe that they get their own monarchies simply because they were here first. Even though the monarchy was established after they lost sovereignty. That was established in direct competition to the actual monarch. Now, the monarch plays a very different role in the 2000s than it did in the 1800s, and especially like before the 1600s. But it's still our monarch. Now, I'm not opposed to us moving away from it and, becoming a republic one day. But even if we did, these people would insist on retaining their monarch. Their monarch who can do absolutely nothing for them. Because if their monarch had any power, we wouldn't actually see them failing in all of these areas. Well, actually, we probably would, but we wouldn't have that excuse of, oh, well, we can't do anything because we're stuck under this Pākehā system. It's like, you guys have a monarch in the country. Oh, wait, your monarch is nothing but ceremonial garbage. There to insult us. There to maintain this belief that you are somehow superior, you are somehow different to all of us. To uphold the Kingitanga movement as some just, treaty-honouring group, when they were literally the people who breached the treaty. The ones who said, we don't agree with what this says, even though many of us signed it. And we're going to fight back against you. They sit here and they call the Māori that stood side by side with the Crown in the land wars, and they call them kupapa, traitors. Meanwhile, they were the oath keepers. They kept their oath. They signed something and they stood by it. These people are kupapa. They're an absolute disgrace. Our national anthem is still God Save the King. Yeah, 100%. Our king is God, quite frankly. But, of course, God save the king. But the only reason he can is because he is all-powerful. Luxon is an egghead cuck. Yeah, fair enough. Yep, close. Close enough. Humpty Dumpty's out on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Anyway, that is all the energy that I'm getting out of that can. But anyways, that is, I think it's going to about wrap me up for today. I think we get a good hour there. And hopefully, when we get into the other two modules from Victoria University in the next couple, or the next week, we will get more insights into just how much of degenerate filth they really are. It's actually ridiculous to me that we are having to have this conversation at all. That for some reason, we're actually, as a country, faced with having to discuss whether or not we are unfairly treating people who have such sick thoughts on a regular basis. That somehow we're the bad guys. We shouldn't be treating them that way. It's progressive garbage. This is what the issue with progressivism is. People sit here and say, oh, you're just unfairly just labeling progressivism because you don't like it. You're just an ideologue. And I'm sitting here, you guys are literally ideologues. You allow this nonsense to control your way of thinking, control everything about you. To the point where you're trying to normalize at university for everyone to see. normalize having such an attraction to minors. Normalize it, whilst pretending you're not. You're gaslighting everyone and thinking, oh, you're the bad guy if you think we're trying to normalize it. No, no, no. But here are all the reasons why you shouldn't view them badly. Because attraction is not action. More progressive bullshit catchphrases. Progressives are literally evil. Progressive is just another name for evil. I'm sorry, but there has not been a single progressive policy that I've ever read that I thought was a good idea. Even back in the day when I wasn't really leaning conservative or even in the middle. People need to remember the first time I started engaging with politics, I was very much on the left. And in a span of 2 years, I realised how ridiculous this stuff is. How incompetent the people that were running the asylum were. Absolutely nonsensical is what progressive liberal policy is in the modern day. It is literally designed to destroy your will to live. Destroy civilization, destroy Western civilization most specifically. And to gain control over you, to enslave you. It's utter nonsense. Get a Candace Owens interview if you cushion the blow. Oh, and love you, Eric, the one true reporter in this country. Fuck the platform. Mate, I'm nothing. I'm not a reporter by any means. But I will, of course, give my views on things where appropriate. And this is one example of it. But as for Candace Owens, I'd have to stay away from the Israel topic, of course. But no, I'm too small fry for Candace Owens. I hope that her travels and all of that are okay though, and that she doesn't get too much grief. Because even though I can disagree with her about labelling the establishment of a nation of God as the being created for the purpose of a global child trafficking empire, everything else she really talks about, I never tend to have an issue with. So it's whatever. Some people go a little bit more wild in one direction on a few things, but ultimately you have to acknowledge what it is they are contributing to broader commentary on both social, economic, and other issues. So yeah, I think Candace Owens is still subscribed to her. You know, the free subscribe to her. So you know, I'll listen to her every now and then, but just stay away from the Israel stuff at this point. But yes, that'll about wrap me up, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll leave it off to finish with some music. So have a very lovely, lovely, lovely rest of your day.
I've been on my way now. My head is down on an empty road, but I can hear your name loud.